Here we are. I know you've all missed me. Back to Gords on the Gorge. This is a spectacular evening after midnight on the Gorge in Victoria, British Columbia with Gorge. And all my fans out there, I know there's probably 1.6 million that have subscribed to my website and videos. I'm here. I know you've missed me, but I have some spectacular information to share with you tonight. This is a pretty special night. I have some guest stars from Eastern Canada, Western Canada, top movie stars, comedians, a few defectors from North Korea, and, well, we have an alien. We have a true alien, and I know I will be the first radio broadcast live to have an alien on this program. That's why you all watch me. I do the best I can. It's Gorge on the Gorge. Now, I don't know where to start here, but it's going to be pretty mind-blowing what you're going to hear tonight. So you better sit down, but before you do, get your checkbooks, send a contribution, Box 112 324, Gorge on the Gorge, Visa, MasterCard, checks, cash is good, cash is good. I'm getting a little low, so please help out here. Anyways, I want to start the program off with, well, let's start with what's going on in the news here. I'm getting a little concerned what's going on around the world. You all know that, how I care about everyone. That's why you love me. That's why you care for me. That's why I'm there for you. Give me everything you got. Your love, your money, your weapons, your food, everything. And there's a time you need me, I'm there for you. You know that. Especially with this Nibiru. Planet X. Supposed to be here by the end of the year, so if it does, you come to my place, 252 Gorge Road, East, apartment 314. We'll all gather here because I will be there for you. You know that. So back to where I want to start. This is pretty hard for me to talk about. I've had this defector, King Ung. Not the same King Ung-hu that you're thinking about, the leader. This is a young gentleman. He doesn't want to be seen on camera. Yet. He's been telling me some stories. What it's like to live in North Korea. Whether it's a village, a town, a city, on the border, in the mainland, whatever. And what they think about the rest of the world. It's going to be pretty hard for you to listen. I know some of you might have to leave the room. Go ahead if you do, I give you permission. While you're out, get your checkbook. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Can we not see it going?
North Korea. It's got to be the hellhole of the world. Testing. It's back in the 90s. Not that long ago.
Why don't we wait?
Huge famine. Do you know how many people starved to death back then? Maybe 3,000, 300,000? No. 3 million people died of starvation. And what were you doing? Eating your steak and turkey and chicken? I'm disgusted. Get off your ass and let's do something about this. I'm here for a reason, and it's about time we all give this a little thought. 3 million people died. When he was just a little boy, Kim here, he went through it. He saw what happened. He witnessed many children, many older people just die on the street, in the gutter, in the fields, in the homes of starvation. Skin and bone, ladies and gentlemen. The bones would be protruding through their chest. And just before they died, I know some of you are going to have to sit down, get your barf bags if you have to. The blood would start pouring out of every orifice on their body. I can't count all the orifices. I'm not a university graduate, but I know there's the eyes, the nose, nostrils, the mouth, the anus. There's a cavity. I don't know how many more at the ears or whatever, or cavities. But the body bleeds, blood pouring out. And you know what would take place once this started? The whole body would be surrounded by hundreds, if not thousands, of starving rats. Can you imagine that? And he watched this, my friend Kim here from North Korea. Once the body was just about ready to go under before death, the rodent rats would just get into every orifice. I don't know if you know what an anus is, but that's the asshole. Inside, from the outside in, they would crawl in there and devour every organ, every morsel, every tissue, even though it had no meat in there. Think about that happening in Canada. Not, but
Then I noticed the logo of the boxes. This is all funded
anything
by
can
the
happen.
food program. These biscuits are being produced
His mother
at the local orphanage with international
managed to get Kim out of North Korea. In the wintertime, the rivers freeze.
Soon we arrive at a little
She had to pay
Yongsan.
the North Korean
It's not
border
as big
guards
as the Angakto International.
so they could cross into China.
South Island of New Zealand has fallen off the map for a start.
And once they got into China, the most fantastic thing he saw was something you will never believe, which to us is garbage. To us, it is garbage. But why it was so fantastic to him, I'm going to tell you. His grandfather was an alcoholic. He was an alcoholic that when he bought a bottle, it could have fed 5 families. And he would send young Kim here when he was a little boy on an errand when he wanted his alcohol. He would send him to go get a bottle. And there was 2 or 3 times when he fell on the ice and would break his bottle of alcohol. Break it. Smash. Which could have fed 5 families. I don't know what happened to how much he was beaten for that. It's pretty sad, isn't it? But when he got into China, he would go around looking through bins and garbage containers and saw plastic recyclable bottles. They don't have that in North Korea, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have it. He was just absolutely amazed and devastated. If only they would have had plastic recyclable bottles. It overjoyed him. He couldn't believe that there was a thing out there like plastic that didn't break. Can you imagine being that excited about a fucking plastic bottle? I know some of you could. Anyways, I thought that was pretty amazing. There's lots of other stories. But you're going to have to send your contributions in and go into my application to get to the other website to get the real stories, the good stories. Let's see if I can tell you one more here. My book is available this month, December, coming up. I've got it ready for Christmas. $39.95. 2 for $75. You can give one of them to your son, mother, uncle, neighbor. I don't give a hell who you give it to. But But 2 books, you save $5. Now that's a deal. You can buy them from Amazon. Go to my website, Gordon the Gorge. Well, I imagine they're available in Walmart and every other store there is in the world.
Back in the capital,
Who wouldn't?
get perhaps the most
One of the most famous authors in the world. You all know that. That's why I've got such a huge audience.
Lagoon-High rocket launch vehicle, which
I wish I could give you all my support and love. It's hard for one person to help everyone.
hangs proud.
I'm trying. You all know that. That's why you watch me. That's why you come in. That's why you subscribe. That's why you're there. And I'm there for you. I do the best I can. Oh, I have an interruption here. I beg your pardon? I have someone from the audience. Time for commercial break.